now.
Tonight on the Nightbeat, we are tracking the latest developments around a concerning new variant of the coronavirus. We'll tell you what we know about the Omicron variant so far.
And we're hearing the incredible story of a local woman who gave a priceless gift to a new friend. They hope their story inspires more people to become organ donors. But first, the holiday weekend here in San Antonio has been dangerous and deadly for a few local families.
Yeah, 3 shootings in the span of several hours overnight left 3 people dead.
The Night Team's John Paul Barajas tells us this streak of violence has left those victims' neighbors feeling uneasy and unsafe.
It's really heartbreaking. Like, I can't even understand. It's a Thanksgiving dinner, you know, where family just gets together. That's it.
Unfortunately, that wasn't the case this Thanksgiving holiday. San Antonio police worked at least 3 shootings, 2 of them deadly, 1 on the northeast side and 2 others on the southeast side.
You're ridiculous. You are cowards. And this should not have happened, especially on a holiday.
Just hope for lots of healing. You know, I know it's a hard time, especially their Thanksgiving is never going to be the same again. I know that.
According to police, during a Thanksgiving dinner on Sunrise Creek near Benz Engelman Road and Mystic Sunrise Drive, a home was the target of a drive-by shooting. 2 men in their 20s were killed. 2 women were sent to the hospital. Shooters haven't been caught. Meanwhile, on the southeast side, police are also looking for a 16-year-old suspect who they say shot a 44-year-old man during an argument at a mobile home park off of South Cross Ranch Road. The victim is in the hospital, but expected to survive.
It would have been good to be notified, being that there's a suspect on the loose. He could have got into the house.
Finally, over on Bear Branch Drive, an argument broke out at a Thanksgiving gathering. Police say an 18-year-old left and came back with a gun shooting, but he's the one who ended up dead. Police said another teen and a man in his 50s were also hit and hospitalized.
No, why can't we just all get along and just live your own life?
Probably put some cameras outside the house, be notified if there's any type of movement outside. We're not really that safe out here.
In total, in the 3 shootings, 3 people died, 5 others were hospitalized. Out of those 5 people, 1 of them is expected to be okay. The other's condition is unknown at this time. At Public Safety Headquarters, John Paul Barajas, KSAT 12 News.
Meanwhile, a local man is in police custody in connection with the stabbing death of another man that happened earlier this month. Police say Anthony Vasquez killed a man at a Southside home. He has now been charged with murder, according to an arrest warrant. He stabbed that man multiple times during an argument and then ran off. This all happened back in November on the 7th on West Mitchell and King Rogers Streets. That victim identified as David Salinas.
Well, it is news no one wants to hear, but a new coronavirus variant has been identified that's concerning scientists around the globe. The World Health Organization panel has labeled it the Omicron variant, and it's classified as a highly transmissible virus of concern. South African scientists just confirmed that the new variant They confirmed the new variant yesterday, so there is still a lot we don't know about it. But here's what we do know. This variant has a greater number of mutations, with more than 30 mutations in the spike protein. This has scientists worried that Omicron could be more transmissible. Early evidence suggests it carries an increased risk of reinfection compared with other variants, meaning people who contract COVID-19 and recover could catch it again. Right now, there's no indication whether this variant causes more severe disease. And as far as how effective vaccines will be against the variant, it could take weeks to know.
Medical experts are warning against panicking, but since this new variant was confirmed just yesterday, there have already been some swift reactions. The U.S. government was among several countries to announce new travel restrictions today. The U.S. will be restricting travel from South Africa and 7 other countries starting Monday. Meanwhile, Omicron also causing some economic turmoil today. The stock market tumbling, with the Dow Jones falling more than 1,000 points. The S&P 500 index closed down 2.3%, and the price of oil plunged about 13% today. As of right now, Omicron has not been detected so far here in the U.S.
In happy news, a wave of holiday cheer came washing over the city of San Antonio this evening. The traditions we know and love back after virtual celebrations in 2020.
So much nicer to see it all in person again. The Night Team's Lee Waldman is downtown joining in on all that Christmas fun.
From the massive Christmas tree here at Travis Park to the famed River Parade, it's beginning to look a lot like Christmas here in San Antonio.
There's nobody fiestas like San Antonio. It's incredible.
Yeah, it's so much fun. It's just amazing. I'm just really thrilled about it.
Just look around downtown San Antonio. It's clear the holidays are upon us.
It was extremely great to enjoy the festivities with everyone and out here and having a good time, so we're pretty happy about it.
3, 2, 1.
10,000 twinkling lights illuminated Travis Park with the lighting of the 50-foot fir all the way from Michigan. From ice skating to a surprise visit from Santa, families and loved ones joined together for a celebration. Not only special because it's the 37th annual, but because last year's lighting was virtual.
Hopefully we were all with family on Thanksgiving, but here we are together as a community, bringing in the holiday season, and I think it just means a lot for people this year, even more than ever.
The crowd of people hit the streets and made their way to our beloved Riverwalk for the 40th annual Ford Holiday River Parade, each float a little different.
We're going to be decorated with different themes from past parades, and that's a lot of fun. 40 years of magic, and you know what? We missed last year, and we had people tell us time and time again, is it going to be back this year? The fact that it's back, Visit San Antonio is so pleased to bring it.
Now, both the Travis Park Christmas tree and the River Parade are welcome signs. The holidays are here in San Antonio. And you three in the studio, don't be rushing here after the show. We'll be here for a long time to soak up all the Christmas fun. These lights will be around well into the new year for us all to take pictures and enjoy.
Well, after seeing the lights on the Travis Park tree, it tells me one thing. I'm going to need a lot more lights.
Yeah, you are. Yeah, you got a lot of competition.
Yeah.
I love the hat, too.
Welcome to your first Christmas in San Antonio.
Thank you.
Yes, very festive.
Loving every minute of it.
Thanks, Lee.
All right, Katie, beautiful weather out there for all of those holiday festivities this weekend.
Very festive weather, I think. Cloudy today. We had a few peaks of sun this morning, and then those clouds really thickened up. That kept temperatures in the 50s for most of the day. Our high today was 59, a morning low of 47. Now we're down to 51. Skies are still cloudy, and it's dry in San Antonio, but taking a quick look at radar off to the west, our westernmost counties along the Rio Grande, rain is moving in from the west, and this will fill in over the rest of the area overnight, setting us up for a cold and pretty rainy day tomorrow, but things will improve Sunday. I'll detail your weekend forecast coming up in just a bit. Tim.
Katie, we'll look forward to that. Plus, a priceless gift leads to a lifelong friendship between two local women and shines a light on the need for more organ donors in our community. That story coming up after the break.
But before we go to break, legendary songwriter Stephen Sondheim has died at 91 years old. Even if you don't know his name, you likely know his music. For more than 6 decades, he wrote music for iconic musicals like West Side Story and Sweeney Todd. He was born in 1930 and learned from famed Broadway lyricist Oscar Hammerstein. Then he went on to win multiple Grammys, an Oscar, a Pulitzer, and in 2015, he even earned the Presidential Medal of Freedom.
It is the season for giving, and a restaurant manager went above and beyond for one of her customers. Sophia Parrish gave a customer the gift of life, one of her kidneys.
They tell the Night Team's Patty Santos they're sharing their story in hopes of encouraging others to create a lifelong bond just like theirs.
Hello, ma'am. How are you? And we just clicked, completely and utterly clicked.
It was the icebreaker comment over water with her Bill Miller's meal that gave Cecilia Canizares more time.
I would ask her about her water. How come you can only have so much water?
It was then that store manager Sophia Parrish found out Cecilia needed a kidney. A few months later, she was on dialysis.
So I'm like, well, how's your arm? How are you feeling today? Today's not a good day. Today's a bad day. Today's a great day.
Charmed by her customer she considered like family, Sophia wanted to do more.
I do anything and everything to help out anybody. And if I'm able to help somebody, then I will. And that's what I did. And I said, the least I can do is at least see if I'm a match.
It usually takes an average of 7 to 8 years or longer to find a match. 62-year-old Cecilia needed a living organ donor.
I think I gave away maybe 150 cards, give or take.
After 4 years of giving out donor match cards, Cecilia got the call.
More than half of the waiting list is made up of minorities, and we are the cure.
The pandemic brought some challenges for organ donation advocates and those counting on them. Organs from those who died from COVID-19 cannot be used. but the tide is turning. Many of the families of those who are eligible are doing so.
This year, we're on pace to save a record number of lives, more so than in the past several years.
Michelle Segovia with the Texas Organ Sharing Alliance works to register donors. She says this year, from January to September, 195 deceased donors saved 589 lives. In 2020, 189 deceased donors saved 529 lives. In 2019, one of the largest numbers in years, 207 deceased donors saved 555 lives. In Texas, registering more Hispanics is a must.
Transplants are usually more successful if the donor and the recipient share the same genetic similarity, which we find within our certain ethnic groups.
This was Sophia and Cecilia in 2018, the day after their living organ transplant. The two women remain close and in good spirits.
It's a forever. It's a forever bond.
It's a pretty cool thing. Customer service at its finest.
Above and beyond.
What do y'all need today? What are y'all waiting on? A kidney? Okay, we got 2. You want 1?
Sophia hopes more donors can help give those on the list more time.
It's in our nature to help people, because if you can't help people, then why are we here? You know, we need to help each other as much as possible.
Patty Santos, KSAT 12 News.
Now, if you are interested in becoming either a living donor or you want more information about how to register to become a hero donor after you die, you just head over to KSAT.com and click on this story. We'll have all that information in there for you. Live look outside with live cam tonight.
What does that mean?
Tough to say how many different ways. It's nice out there. It's just perfect weather for the holiday.
Oh, yeah. Really.
Sweater weather.
Yes.
Sweater weather.
Definitely sweater weather today. And very cool again tomorrow. In fact, I'm calling tomorrow for the most part cold and damp. Our temperatures will have a very hard time getting out of the 50s tomorrow because of cloud cover and rain. So here's a quick snapshot of your weekend forecast. We need to elaborate on Saturday's forecast a little bit more, though, because part of the day will carry a higher rain chance than another. The rainiest part of the day tomorrow, I expect to be the morning hours, pre-dawn hours through about lunchtime. That's when we'll have some pretty persistent light rain and drizzle. After lunchtime, rain chances don't fall out completely, but they will start to drop some lingering showers through the afternoon, and then rain coming to an end about this time tomorrow night. Rain across the area tomorrow will end from west to east. It's going to come in from the west and end for our western counties first tomorrow. 51 now at the airport, 49 New Braunfels. It's nice and chilly out there, and cloud cover is extensive. We've got a lot of it here across south central Texas. Some high clouds also streaming into North Texas. This is all ahead of a storm system or a rainmaker that is spinning counterclockwise in the upper levels of the atmosphere just west of El Paso. You can see on the eastern side of this rainmaker, rain is already starting to move into some of our westernmost counties. So over the course of the weekend, this rainmaker will essentially jump over Texas tomorrow. So here in our part of the state, also elsewhere across Texas, there will be some rain around as this low pressure system skirts east across the state. By Sunday, it's well to the east. It'll produce some rain out across the Gulf, Louisiana, the deep south, and then we will get a chance to clear out and savor a really nice day on Sunday. Currently dry in San Antonio, but over the past several hours, we have started to see a few little pockets of some very light rain and some drizzle inch closer to I-35, but most of the rain still currently is out along the Rio Grande. We've got a couple of teeny tiny little light showers west of Carrizo Springs up through Maverick County and Eagle Pass, and also some very light rain in Del Rio across a portion of Kinney County north of Highway 90 and then into Valverde County as well. So here's how things play out as we head into the overnight hours. This light rain and drizzle will continue to make eastward progress. After midnight, coverage of rain will start to increase through the pre-dawn hours of the day tomorrow. Again, through the morning, through about lunchtime, that will be our rainiest part of the day with pretty persistent rain. And even though our rain chances and rain coverage will start to drop into the afternoon, I can't rule out some lingering light showers through the afternoon and early evening. Then notice as we get into evening, heading into the overnight hours, all that rain will move off to the east. And by Sunday, we'll get to clear out and things look pretty good. So feeling a bit rainy tomorrow, definitely, especially early in the day. But keep in mind it will be cold as well. So if you will be out and about, make sure you are bundled up. because it will be a cold and damp day. Thankfully, Sunday will be much more enjoyable, and we're in the low 70s by early next week, guys.
Still seasonable.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'll take it. It's beautiful.
Thank you, Katie. All right, lots of action tonight on this Friday after Thanksgiving, including one team trying to stay undefeated.
Well, and we got several of them, including both Brennan and Alamo Heights. That Alamo Heights game was very narrow. When we come back, who gets to stay undefeated, we will show you. And the high school football third round of the playoffs. And what a finish for the Spurs tonight against the Celtics. Coming up.
Hi, we're the Brennan Cheerleaders, and you're watching big game coverage on KSAT 12.
Here we go. Our big game playoff coverage begins in New Braunfels tonight, where the Brennan Bears put their #1 ranking undefeated record on the line against Austin Bowie in the third round of the postseason. Bowie is already up 7-0 in the first, and the Bears start to roar. Quarterback Ashton DuBose, standing tall in the pocket, goes deep to a wide open Aaron DuBose with a 62-yard score, and the game is tied just like that at 7. Second quarter, Bears down 14-7, not for long. DuBose going to Armando Acevedo, who leaps over the defender to grab the 10-yard touchdown pass to tie the game at 14-all. The final from Cougar Stadium, Brennan moving on, 59-36. They will now meet Lake Travis out of Austin after they were able to get by Laredo United South today at Alamo Stadium. Lake Travis sets the tone early. First play of the game, running back Derek Johnson sees the lane, runs right through it, gets untouched into the secondary, turns on the Jets. No one's going to catch him. Has 69 yards to the house, and just like that, it's 7-0. Cavaliers second quarter now. Johnson strikes again, same play, just going the other way. This time it's 51 yards out. 14-0 Lake Travis. The final from Alamo. Lake Travis advances 35-19. The Alamo Heights Mules took their #2 ranking undefeated record out for a little playoff road test where they meet Marble Falls Mustangs in Dripping Springs. Under 2 minutes to play in the first half. No score, but the Mules are there on the Mustangs' 9-yard line. Running back George Flesher gets a handoff, bursts up the middle. Looks like he crossed the goal line. The refs say no. Down to the 1. First and goal now. Quarterback James Sobey on the option read keeps it and finds pay dirt. 7-0 Mules at halftime. The final, hang on for the win, 10-7. Far Sanjuan North had their work cut out for them today in the third round of the high school football playoffs in the Alamo Dome. They had to go up against undefeated Austin Westlake. The Chaparrals take the lead early. Clemson commit quarterback Cade Klubnik rolls out, throws a perfect ball to Jaden Greathouse for the score. 39-yard touchdown makes it 7-0. It's 14-0 now. The Chaparrals want more. Klubnik hits Keaton Quebeca on the slant. That's good for a 36-yard touchdown. 21-0 first quarter. Let's head to the big game coverage scoreboard for that final. And for the first time tonight, it was Austin Westlake with a rout, 56-0. They take on Vandergrift next in Royal Memorial Stadium on Saturday, 38-14 the final on that one. Bowie falls to Brennan. They're moving on, 59-36. They take on Lake Travis next after they defeated Laredo United South 35-19 today. Alamo Heights also moving on after beating Marble Falls. They'll next face Liberty Hill, who defeated Leander Rouse tonight 56-33. Now let's head to Bobcat Stadium in San Marcos. 4A Division II playoffs between Navarro and Sinton. Pirates up 7-0 in the second quarter. They're looking to make it. Now Navarro walked the plank. Quarterback Rene Moreno gets flushed out of the pocket. He has to throw on the run. And look at this bomb to Junior Cruz for the 44 yards touchdown. 14-0 Sinton. The final from San Marcos. Look at that. Navarro comes back to win in overtime, 29-28. They have the Gobblers next because earlier today in the Alamo Dome, #3 Cuero faced off against #5 Wimberley in 12's top 12 sub-5A poll. Texans strike first blow. Quarterback Cash McCullum fakes a handoff, then fires to Ryan Shaw on the slant. He gets tackled, but not before getting into the end zone. 21-yard touchdown makes it 7-0 Texans. Cuero fights right back. Running back Tyson Williams barely gets out of the backfield and cuts back inside, greeted by a trio of defenders at the 6-yard line. But watch this. Williams pushes the pile all the way to the end zone to tie the game at 7. The final from the Doe. Cuero is advancing 36-26. Now let's head to Ferris Stadium. Pleasant and Eagles faced off against the Battling Billies of Fredericksburg 4A Division I postseason. The Eagles take to the air. Quarterback Sean Ramos pump fakes and avoids the pressure, fires over the middle to Jace Krauskopf, who stiff arms the defender to break free for the 55-yard touchdown. But the Eagles would miss the extra point. The Battling Billies take advantage of that mistake. Quarterback Cole Immel in the shotgun takes a snap right up the middle. He powers his way in for the touchdown. The lead 7-6 Fredericksburg. The final from Ferris, it is 28-20 Fredericksburg. Let's go back to the big game coverage scoreboard to take a look at some more finals. Falls City over El Dorado 50-26. They're moving on to take on Burton, who defeated Granger 57-27. Elsewhere you saw that one. Wimberley falls to Cuero 36-26. They'll take on Navarro next because they won in overtime 29-28. Fredericksburg advancing as well over Pleasanton. They'll take on the winner of Austin LBJ and Bernie. That game is tomorrow in the Dome at noon. The Poe Pirates on the road in Cuero to face Tidehaven in 3A Division II postseason. Tied game in the third quarter. 10-7 Poe. Pirates quarterback Jude George takes time to look downfield. Hits Jaden Peyton Fangman right in stride. He's going to take it down at the 3, but not before he picks up 41 yards. This time the Pirates stay on the ground. Running back Matthew Bunn punches it in from 3 yards out to get Poe the 17-7 lead. The final from Cuero is a victory for Poe, 27-14. The Schulenburg Shorthorns face defending state champion undefeated Shiner tonight in Hallettsville. Shiner in the red zone of Schulenburg. Running back Dalton Brooks gets the ball, bounces it to the outside, races to the pylon, scores on the 9-yard touchdown, 7-0 Shiner. Comanches again inside the Schulenburg 10-yard line. This time they had to Beck Bishop, who punches it in for a 14-0 lead. The final from Hallettsville. Let's go back to the big game coverage scoreboard to find out there. It is 67-21. Shiner advances. They'll next take on Refugio, defeated Ganado 54-7. Elsewhere tonight, it was Tidehaven falling to Poe 27-14. So that means the Pirates are moving on to take on Franklin, who defeated Riesel tonight 60-0. Can the Longhorns end their season on a winning note? And the Spurs beat the Celtics at home tonight. Next. The Texas Longhorns try and salvage their frustrating and disappointing season today by trying to win their final game against Kansas State in Austin and end their 6-game losing streak. Close out the first season as Steve Sarkisian as their head coach. The Horns start strong. First drive of the game goes 75 yards in 10 plays, capped off by this Roshan Johnson 9-yard touchdown run and the 7-0 lead. Second quarter, game tied at 7. Casey Thompson finds Cade Brewer on this 10-yard touchdown, but the Horns missed the extra point. They would be down at halftime 17-16. Neither team could find the end zone at all in the second half, but Texas would get 3 field goals from Cameron Dicker. This one from 39 yards out to put the Horns in front for good. Texas snaps their 6-game losing streak, heads into the offseason on a high note with a 22-17 victory.
Happy for the guys. You know, we've been through a lot, like I've talked about this year, and some really tough losses, and those tough losses kind of mount on top of one another. And, you know, I've been saying all along, our guys haven't quit. They keep fighting, they keep staying in it, and I think this is a perfect example.
All right, the last time the Spurs faced the Boston Celtics, Jason Tatum dropped a career-high 60 on the Spurs in a 34-point come-behind win in overtime for Boston. Let's hope history did not repeat itself tonight. Spurs dialed it up quick early. Derek White from 28 feet finds a bottom of the net. And Lonnie Walker, the 4, connects from downtown. Spurs with back-to-back threes and an 11-point lead. Trey Jones attacking the basket, capping off a 22-6 Spurs run. Spurs are up 30-14 after 1. Spurs jump out to a 40-14 lead after this DeJounte Murray bucket off the fast break. But the Celtics go on a 14-0 run to cut the Spurs lead down to 9. Keldon Johnson sparks a 6-0 run to end the half with that monster dunk. Spurs up 15, 52-37 at the break. But hold everything. Jason Tatum makes it a 6-point contest with his 3 late in the third. Walker answers with a 3 of his own. Then how about Dennis Schroeder pulls Boston within 7 with his layup with 4 seconds to play in the third. Spurs clinging to a 70-63 lead heading into the fourth. The Spurs actually blow as much of a 24-point lead in the final quarter. Just over 8 minutes left. Grant Williams with the 3, and the Spurs are down 74-72. They would go down by as many as 7 until they start to come back, led by DeJounte Murray's game-high 29 points, including back-to-back baskets as part of a 15-0 run to seal it and snap out of their 6-game losing streak, 96-88.
You know, it's a great win because they're a really good team over there with a bunch of talent, you know, starting with Jason and Jalen and then all the guys around them. So, you know, it's a good team win, but at the same time, we got to move on and build from it.
That is what's going to be the next step, is building on this huge win, even though they blew a 24-point lead. They take on Washington next. This will be the final game of their 4-game Thanksgiving holiday homestand. That'll be on Monday, and Washington is playing very well this year. They need to put back-to-back wins together before they head out on a West Coast road trip, and they can start with that come Monday at 7:30. What a great night for sports.
Nice to see them get that win at home tonight. Thanks.
Needed it, yeah.
We'll be right back.
All right, cold and damp tomorrow, better on Sunday, and then really nice early next week with highs back in the low to mid 70s. So just maybe stay in tomorrow, watch some movies.
Watch some football.
Recover from eating too much.
That too.
That's what
Lots of things to do indoors. That's all of our time. Thanks so much for watching the Night Beat. Good Morning San Antonio starts at 6.
Good night. See you tomorrow.
Go Buckeyes.